What's up, everybody? It's Keithy. You're watching the Weekly Ritual, Ghost Cult's news show, right here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. GhostCultMag.com is a small business. With that out of the way, let's get into it. In case you missed it, features at Ghost Cult Magazine. We kick this week's features off with our chat with Jake Diffenbach of Rivers of Nihil. Their brand new album, The Work, is out today on Metal Blade Records. We also talked to the Metal Queen, Doro Pesch, all about her brand new album, Triumph and Agony Live, coming out soon from her own Rare Diamonds Records. You can also catch me once a week on the Glacially Musical Pordcast, talking all about great bands and great eras with the host Nick Cameron. This week we continue our series on Black Sabbath. And now the news rundown. And now for some tour and festival news. We start this week's news off with a message from the Clergy. Ghost is back, my friends. Ghost is going to do a co-headlining tour of North America with Volbeat. And in direct support will be satanic doo-wop band Twin Temple. What an awesome tour. It's going to crisscross North America, and we're going to get some new Ghost music very soon. We got all the heavy hitters on the tour and festival news. Metallica is kicking off their headline run of festival dates, including Louder Than Life, Aftershock in Sacramento, California, and Welcome to Rockville in Florida. The band just played 2 secret shows, one in their hometown of San Francisco that I was at, and one at the Metro in Chicago. It was off the hook. Look out for our review on the website right now. Fresh off their headline appearance at Rocket Fest in Chicago, Slipknot will host their own Knotfest Iowa this weekend and kick off the Knotfest Roadshow tour coming to a city near you. You can look out for Riot Fest coverage at Ghost Cult next week. Sad news for fans of Louder Than Life, as Mudvayne has had to pull out of the festival due to Chad Gray contracting COVID-19, as well as some members of their crew. It's very sad. It was to only be their second show back after a 12-year layoff. They rocked the shit at Incarceration Fest, and we're really looking forward to them at Louder Than Life. Get well soon, Chad and Mudvayne crew people. Monkey has recovered from COVID-19 and rejoined the Korn and Stain tour. Famously, the band canceled some tour dates recently and postponed some others because of Jonathan Davis's COVID diagnosis. When Monkey contracted COVID, they replaced him with J.R. Maurice from Head's band, Love and Death, and he did a great job, so shout out to him. Shout out to Monkey for feeling better and coming back. The Korn tour rolls on. U.S. black metal legends Wolves in the Throne Room will kick off a headline tour of North America this winter, appropriately so. The Primordial Arcana U.S. tour will kick off in January with direct support from Full of Hell and Wada. Uwada or Uwada? I don't know. The Offspring is going to kick off a string of UK dates soon, and they have added an additional date in Hull in the UK to support the National Health Services, the NHS. Great stuff to do a charity show in the middle of their huge tour, their first tour back after the pandemic. Direct support on the Offspring tour comes from The Hives and Bob Violet. Offspring's new album, Let the Bad Times Roll, is out now. Legendary black metal band Dark Funeral has announced a hometown headline record release show next March for their upcoming new album. The support bands have yet to be announced, but it's going to be a huge to-do. Super congrats and super excited about this new Dark Funeral album. BottleRock Napa, which we covered, is already announced their 2022 dates, taking place Memorial Day weekend instead of Labor Day weekend. That will be May 27th through 29th, 2022, and tickets are on sale now. The Rolling Stones have resumed their world tour with a private show in North America for New England Patriots owner Bob Kraft. Wonder how much that cost, probably millions of dollars. But it was the band's first show ever without Charlie Watts, who passed away a few weeks ago. He was replaced by his hand-picked successor, Steve Jordan. He can never really be replaced, but Steve will be on the drums for the foreseeable future for the Stones, and look for them to come to a stadium near you. Omnium Gatherum is releasing a brand new album soon via Century Media Records, and that band has announced a string of tour dates. Gothic pop duo The Haxans, featuring Ash Costello of New Year's Day and Piggy D of Rob Zombie, will do a string of dates as the musical headline feature at Knott's Scary Farm in Southern California. The annual Halloween Spook Fest will feature a series of weekend shows from the Haxans, and we're super excited about it. And don't forget to catch the Disciples of Verity headline tour supporting their awesome 2020 album, Pragmatic Sanction. Good news, as Fleshgod Apocalypse frontman Francesco Paoli has been released from the hospital following his horrific climbing accident, which saw him with many broken bones and terrible internal injuries. Frankly, the images of him leaving the hospital were shocking, with him in a wheelchair with a horribly cast leg, as you can see right here. But we're wishing for you to get well. He's leaving the hospital. That's a good thing. Hospitals are for sick people. Get well soon, Francesco. We're pulling for you. What's beef? Machine Gun Kelly has beef with Slipknot. I wonder what Corey Taylor thinks of this beef. Machine Gun Kelly called out Slipknot as being a bunch of old guys wearing masks during Riot Fest when Machine Gun Kelly's set overlapped with Slipknot's. And apparently fans left his set to go watch Slipknot, which pissed him off, and he said, "I'm super glad I'm not a 50-year-old grandpa wearing a mask." So Machine Gun Kelly got clapped back by the whole internet. Slipknot didn't even have to say anything. Both these bands are going to be on festivals together in the future. Very excited about Machine Gun Kelly's new album. Super excited to find out that Slipknot is in the studio making a new album. But weird beef between the bands, almost on the level of the Bad Wolves guys versus Tommy Dext. Just make music, y'all. Just make music. Don't do the drama. Don't do it. Speaking of drama, former Dark Tranquility bassist Anders Iwers has announced that he was not fired from the band, but that he quit on his own volition. The band announced a series of departures. Anders and their longtime drummer both at the same time in August. Anders had claimed that he had made the decision to leave the band on his own. He's going to still make music, but he just didn't want to tour anymore after the pandemic. A lot of people are feeling that way. Of course, Anders is the younger brother of Peter Iwers, formerly of In Flames and Gyra. One of the strongest bands in the world right now is Loathe, and they have announced the amicable departure of their founding guitarist Connor Sweeney, who wanted to take a break from touring and pressures within the band. Back to some good news. Linday-Fay Hella has announced a new solo album with her collaborator Del Farn, also in the same genre, music like Wardruna and the like, and their album will be coming out on By Norse Recordings later this fall. Tom Morello has released a new single from his upcoming solo album with the guys from Bring Me the Horizon. Crazy! Ollie and Jordan teamed up with Tom during the pandemic to make an awesome new song. Tom's new solo album will be one of the most anticipated records of the already crowded October release schedule. Gothic metal artist Iva Toric has released her new single and video for Wasting Water, shot in the beautiful forest of Northern California, which are currently being ravaged by wildfires. Iva released her full-length solo album last year, and you can watch that video right here at Ghost Cult. Metalcore leaders Underoath have released an experimental new track, Pneumonia, from their upcoming new album, Voyeurist. Cash, the band on tour with Every Time I Die and a bunch of other bands. Reunited extreme hardcore legends Deadguy will play this weekend's Decibel Metal and Beer Fest in Philadelphia, and the documentary about their band's history will premiere there. Amazing stuff. Denver rockers In the Whale have announced their new album, Vanishing Point, perhaps named for the classic car movie. Dream Theater's new album, A View from the Top of the World, is right around the corner, and the band dropped a brand new single and music video for the track Invisible Monster. One of the hottest bands in America right now is Blackstarkids, and they have dropped a brand new single, All Cops Are Bastards. Check it out. Rock legends Motely Crue continue to support their 40th anniversary with a string of cool releases. You can currently hear a new version, an expanded, remastered version of Dr. Feelgood out on streaming, and buy physical versions from the band. But on October 1st, we're going to get Shout at the Devil, the best one of them all. And we continue to wait and see if the stadium tour with Def Leppard, Poison, and Joan Jett will ever happen. Epic black metal supergroup Antiqua has released their first ever music video for their single Anatum Gaia. I hope I said that correctly. It's probably Latin. But in any case, the band, which features Lindsay Schoolcraft and Zen from Nia Blascaris and members of Black Crown Initiate and Blackheart, so many bands, they have released a new video that's out today. You can check it out at the link below. And finally in the news, a feel-good story, since we need one. Jeff Becerra is one of our favorite people and one of the greatest legends in all of metal. You know his work from Possessed. They had an album a few years ago. Jeff has been paralyzed, partially paralyzed from the waist down after a mugging in 1989. He has persevered and continued his career. But Jeff walked for the first time in 30 years this week. He posted a video to social media of him walking with the use of bionic legs. Looked like he was doing some physical therapy. An incredible story for Jeff and fans of Jeff. Hails.
And now for a look at some of the music on New Music Friday.
Alpha Buddhist, Jump to Alpha Buddhist, self-released. The Body and Big Brave, Leave None But Small Birds. Thrill Jockey Records, Cognizance, Upheaval, Prosthetic Records, Dayseeker, Sleep Talk Deluxe Edition, Spine Farm Records, Doro, Triumph and Agony, Live DVD and CD, Rare Diamonds, Draught, Orcus, By Norse Recordings, Grinder Blues, Eldos, Metalville, Headlines, Square One, M-Theory, Insect Arc, Feudal Fossils EP, Consoling Sounds, Iskander, Vergesicht, Eisenwald Records, Judas Knife, Death is the Thing with Feathers, Translation Lost Records, Leaves Eyes, The Last Viking, Midsummer Edition, AFM Records, LLNN, Unmaker, Pelagic Records, Malady, Anabihanta, Svart Records, A Pale Horse Named Death, Infernum in Terra, Long Branch Records, Paradox, Heresy 2, End of a Legend, AFM Records, Pop 1280, Museum on the Horizon, Profound Lore, Rivers of Nihil, The Work, Metal Blade Records, Rune Scarred, The Distant Infinite Expanded Edition, self-released, Signs of the Swarm, Absolver, Unique Leader Records, Skepticism, Companion, Svart Records, Sleep Token, This Place Will Become Your Tomb, Spine Farm Records, Thunder, All the Right Noises Expanded Edition, BMG Records, Tremonti, Marching in Time, Napalm Records, Unto Others, Strength, Roadrunner Records, We Butter the Bread with Butter, Das Album, AFM Records.
And now for a look in our mailbag. This week's mailbag features this awesome flexi disc of Power Trip's Hornet's Nest. This was one of their last singles while Riley Gale was alive. It was released in time for their tour with High on Fire in 2019, and we miss Riley terribly. We got this guy from the Brooklyn Vegan Web Shop. This came to us from them. They have awesome exclusive vinyl, shirts, books, merch, everything you think of, and they're a pretty cool website, just like Ghost Cult. Rest in power, Riley Gale. You made it to this part of the show, so you know what time it is. It's the end. Thanks so much for watching. GhostCultMag.com for small business, and we really appreciate the support. As we say every week at this juncture, it's a tough time in the world, so please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay fucking metal.